I think we're live. Girl, I left my client's house and I ran so many stop signs and red lights. I know I'm gonna get them tickets in the mail. I know I ran through 3 red lights. That's what, $75 a piece. I ain't paying that shit. And I have it I have it on the live. I ain't paying that shit. Y'all gonna have to come get me. Shit. Let me get right. I'm already cursing. We ain't even been on here 2 minutes. Oh my God. What's up, Nika? So I don't know where Lena is on this, but I want to introduce, and I'm so excited that she is here because a lot of y'all know her as Mambo Sierra. I know her as Mambo Sierra and my sister, but a lot of people don't know she does jewelry. She does amazing jewelry, and I didn't even have time. I was gonna go in the bathroom and put my earrings and stuff on, but she's gonna show you some things today, right, sis?
Yeah.
She also does tea leaf readings. She also reads her oracle. She has a deck, you guys. It's freaking amazing. And she keeps telling me, go on the thing and get the deck, and I can't ever find the deck. So she's gonna tell us how we can get that deck too. Let me see. What else? She does reborns. She's extremely, extremely talented, but she's very, very modest. So I
Yeah.
can come here and blow her up because I love her and I'm so proud of her. But she does so many things. She's very creative. And she has a tea leaf reading class that's coming up. Y'all be in my inbox talking about what's going on with Mambo Sierra. What Mambo Sierra doing? Is she teaching a tea leaf class? Is she teaching a jewelry class? Look, now y'all got her. Y'all can go to her inbox. Y'all can go and ask the questions directly to Mambo Sierra. So, sister, thank you so much for being here. Tell
Well,
us who
thank you
you
for
are.
having me. Okay, I'm Mambo Sierra. I mean, that was a really great introduction. I don't think I could top that.
That's love. That's family love.
Yeah, definitely. So like Mambo Tanya said, I do tea leaf readings. I make jewelry. I'm a medium. Read oracle cards. Have 2 decks that I really need to put out there more. Yeah, it's coming.
They're really, her decks are so cute. What I like about them is they have a little bit of sexual undertone to them. And
A lot.
we forgot about your book. We forgot about your book. She's also a writer. She's an author. So there's a lot of things. Let me see. I can't share the oh, since you're in Facebook jail, Munchie, you always in Facebook jail. But she's gonna talk about a book because she's writing books. Jeez, she has a YouTube. I almost
Yeah.
completely forgot about that. So if you're interested in tea leaf readings or in any of her readings, you can go to her YouTube. So, babe, what is your YouTube name?
Sierra BDC.
Okay.
Hmm.
Simple, simple, simple.
Yeah.
And who are you on IG?
Um, okay, it's should I forget? Like
You be like, that's why everything is Divinity Diva. That's why everything, because I couldn't keep up with all these different names. So I'm Divinity Diva all the way across the board. But if
uh,
you type in Mambo Sierra, it will bring you to her page.
probably, yeah.
It will
Yeah.
bring her page right up. So if you type in Mambo Sierra on IG, it will take, normally she's the top one that comes up. So let's get into it because we've had so many people that have been asking about the tea leaf readings. When
Hmm.
did you get into tea? Because a lot of people don't know. And it's weird because you've done some lives with me where you did your cards. People were like, oh, I know she reads the cards, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that she does the tea leaf thing. So when did you get into tea leaf reading?
I got into tea leaf read about almost 2 years ago now. Almost
Did
two
you
years ago.
What made you what I mean, because I know diviners are, we're
Mhm.
drawn to certain things that resonate with us. What
Yeah.
made you, what pulled you that way?
You know, it was like one of them things that kind of fell into my lap. Like I say, everything falls into my lap because I really don't go looking for anything. Like, oh, if
Mhm.
it ain't broke, I'm not fixing it. No, no.
And the people that know her, y'all, that's 100% true. She don't go looking for nothing. It's like literally.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
So where were you? Were you on a website or something and you just kind of saw it and you were like, let me try it?
I was on Instagram. I was on Instagram and it came up. I don't even remember. I think I followed this lady because of her deck, because she had a very well, her name is like Shakti something. So she's had a deck and it was very mixed with like Indian Hindu culture and stuff like that. So it was very pretty.
Mm.
So that's why I followed her. And then one day she had posted that she was having courses for tea leaf reading, and they were like half price of what it normally was. And I was like, you know what? Let me try it. I mean, you don't have anything to lose, but I was like, I don't, and at that time I was really having a hard time with cards and stuff like that because I was overthinking the cards. And so I went ahead and I tried it, and it's a lot easier for myself to divine and hear the message from spirit.
I think you put a valid point up there because you have a lot of people that there's hundreds and hundreds of card readers that's flooding the market right now. And I say it all the time. A diviner is a diviner. You can go read a piece of dirt if you're connected to spirit. It's how you perceive things. But I think a lot of people are afraid to branch off into different divination systems because cards are, you have the picture, you have the imagery that is clear cut. When it
Mhm.
comes to like coffee grinds or tea leaf, there's more of an intuitive read with that because
Yeah.
you have to literally pick up symbols from it. So was this hard for you to pick up?
No, actually it wasn't. It was like I took the course and she's very good at explaining the course. And so um then I had found this book online. It was about tea leaf readings, and it was written by a man who learned tea leaf readings from his mother.
Mm.
So I picked that up, and then I was just like, let's go. I just started reading. I just started doing it. And the symbolism kind of came easy.
Munchie Cheese was saying that she overthinks the cards too.
Mhm.
So she said, I feel you on that. A lot of people do with tarot and oracle cards because, especially with tarot, there's so much symbolism that
Mhm.
one card could literally tell you 100 different things, and it's hard to stop sometimes with that. With your readings, I like the idea that when you do them, you kind of point out what it is because you'll be like, that's a bear. And I'm like, that ain't no bear. That don't look like no bear to me. But then when you describe the reading, I'm like, oh, okay. I can you bring it to life. And
Yeah.
I think because tea leaf reading is very old. It's a very old
Mhm.
form of divination, and normally it is passed down through families.
Yeah.
So when it came to the symbolism with reading, did you find it difficult, or were you able to kind of really get into it and be like, okay, yeah, this makes sense to me?
Yeah, I was able to get into it and like I have a really vivid imagination. So like it was like nothing for me to look at a symbol and then see something else and think, okay, the seahorse, if I seen a seahorse, like in the Libra reading, this is just coming to my mind. In the Libra
Mhm.
reading, I seen a seahorse and it had like this weight on its back. And then there was something at the bottom, like it was transferring energy to said person or entity anyway. But it felt like the seahorse, which is like has a meaning about family. They're very family oriented. Seahorses are
Mhm.
very family oriented. So it was like, okay, the seahorse is taking on way too much weight from his family and it's transferring that energy to somebody else when they really need to be, saving and reserving their energy and not try to take care of everything. Yeah.
You know what? You ain't got to go there. I know you reading me because my neck is starting to itch. It's like, yeah, this sound familiar. I will say that I saw it and it was on point. It was on point. I was like, okay, yeah, I can't really say nothing. I was I don't even think I liked it. I think I kind of looked at it and felt a little bit judged, and then clicked off. I was like, okay, I'll come back and write something later. But I love the way you explain things, and you make it relatable.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we divine, we make things more complicated, especially some tea leaf readers that I've seen. Not all, but some get a little bit too technical. And I think what I like about your readings are they're short, they're straight to the point, and it's relatable. It's like, okay, I can understand. You describe it or you explain it in a way that is understanding. Now, I had like 3 or 4 messages like, when is this tea leaf class coming? What are we doing with these tea leaves? So I'm gonna put that all on you.
Okay.
Tell them about whatever's going on with classes.
Okay, so classes, I'm thinking sometime in March for like a tea leaf 101 thing.
That'd be
So
good. Income
yeah,
tax. People be getting their income tax then, so they could go ahead and are you doing it in parts or are you doing like one big course, or have you decided?
I haven't decided. I was thinking about the weekend, maybe like fit a few people in on one day and then fit another few on another day, just to kind of
Okay.
make sure everybody kind of gets in if they want to. If there's a big crowd, if not, then I'll just do it in one setting on a weekend and maybe about an hour or so.
Is it complicated though to pick up? I mean, is an hour enough for because I don't know. I really I think I probably turned a cup over maybe once or twice.
For
And I
I
can't.
feel, I feel like for a one-on-one kind of basics, I could do an hour or an hour and 30 minutes in there. I think so.
Do you offer one-on-one? If somebody just wanted to come to you and say, I'll pay you for your time and I don't want to be in there with a group of people?
No, I've never gotten anybody to ask.
Well, y'all, if you want it, if you're interested, put it out there. Because sometimes it does make it easier when you have somebody's undivided attention when they're
Mhm.
teaching you something. And I've noticed a lot of people are starting to put it on their booking pages where it's like, if you want one-on-one mentoring with me, this is the price. You don't have to deal with a group of people or other people asking questions. So I guess it's literally like a preference.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about the jewelry thing, and
Mhm.
I know, and I'm gonna be accountable for this because in January we were supposed to go live and do like a little jewelry show where you
Mhm.
would put your jewelry up, I would put my jewelry up, and then I think my dad was going through some stuff, and then Yoda had passed away, and I was just like out of my mind. So, when did you get involved with the jewelry? Because I have several pieces. I know Jasmine has some pieces, and I know a few. I think Elisa too. I've seen a few people that have ordered from you that wear your
Mhm.
stuff. When did you get into the jewelry?
I got into the jewelry, I'd say 2015.
Okay, you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I started with wrapping stones. I started with wrapping crystal stones and all of that because I I personally could never find a stone that was wrapped that I liked. So I was like, let me give it a go. And so I did. And from there, it's just been me creating different styles of earrings and even different styles of necklaces, even making rose beads out of real roses.
Tell us
So
tell us about that because you did a video. Was it last year? And I ain't gonna even. I was mind fucked. I ain't gonna even lie. I was like, what is she doing? And you was going through the process, and I don't even want to talk about because I want you to explain it. But I was kind of like, how do you? Because it seemed like it took a lot of patience to
mhm.
do it, first of all. But explain to them when you say making beads out of roses, what exactly what were you doing?
Okay. Well, originally rosaries were made out of real roses. And I didn't find that out until my friend Brandy told me about it. And
Really?
I
I didn't know that.
yeah, there were made rosaries were made out of real roses.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But you know what? That makes sense because a lot of people used to cherish.
Yeah.
Groceries had their own little. You had your own little sacred bag you kept them in, or you had their
Mhm.
own little enclosure. So I wonder if people did that. I thought it was more of the religious aspect of it, but maybe they did it because of the delicacy
Yeah.
of the rose beads. That's interesting. Well, I learned something new. So go ahead, baby. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine. I went and I looked on YouTube, and there's somebody had them on YouTube. And so I took the roses that I had off of my spirits, off my Loas altars that they were done with. And I took them, and the process is you boil them down like in like a skillet, like a cast iron skillet. You can boil them down until they're soft, and then you let them cool. And then you put them in a blender with not a lot of water, but a little bit, just so they can move. So you blend them up, and then you'll have like this paste. And then from there, you let the paste sit for like maybe 24 hours. And then from there, you take a little bit of time, and you roll it up into a ball. And then you take like toothpicks, and you put the toothpick into the roses, and then you set them out and let them dry.
It was the first time when I saw you doing it. That was the first time I had even saw it done. And I kept thinking, this is beautiful. But of course, thinking it smells good. Or I would, figure, especially with you working with roses, but then you took it to another level when you say you took the roses off your altars and use them, because that even gives you more of an anointed thing.
Yeah, right.
I wondered if they do that with the churches of old, and take the roses and things from the churches and then boil them down and make the rose beads and then make the rosaries.
That would be a thing.
That's so it ties in the religious aspect and then the spiritual aspect of it when you talk about doing it with other deities.
Right.
Like whatever deity that you're working with, if you're putting roses or flowers on their altar. So that is different. I remember asking you, because I was like, oh, I wonder, can you do waist beads or whatever with them? And you said that you can't get them wet, or you would not get them wet. Is it because the paste and everything would come apart?
Yeah, it would dissolve. The roses would dissolve.
Okay. And that could be why, like I said, they kept them in sacred spaces, because you probably couldn't even handle them, as much. Because, of course, I was raised Catholic, and you would do your rosary, so I always thought when you had the video up, I was like, that's beautiful. That's a different way of, I would say a lot of people take their flowers off their altar and they throw them away.
Yeah.
Or, they put them in their yard or something, but a beautiful way of recycling it, and to have an anointed, making an anointed piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
I said I was going to try, and I ain't going to lie. I was like, nah. I took my roses off, and I was like, nah, I don't think and it don't seem like I just didn't have the patience. It's not my thing. It was like, nah, but I can understand the beauty in it. So what else do you do with the jewelry? What else are you focused on that is different that you do with yours?
I made rosaries out of chakras. So I made like the rosaries, the whole beading and everything, and then at the end is a chakra piece instead of like, a saint. So I like to do that. And just earrings, rings, all kinds of things that whatever I can think of, I try and create it.
Yeah, I have a few pair of your earrings, and you did and I can't find them. I don't know if Dontor hit them or whatever, because sometimes me and her go back and forth. Every time somebody give me something, she think it's supposed to be for her. And I'm like, no, it's for me to wear, to represent you. But she'll end up taking it, and I really can't fight with her.
It's a battle you just don't even want to.
You don't want that ass whooping, so you let the parents just go ahead and take what it wants. But you made these beautiful earrings, and they had like little machetes on them with the red roses.
Yeah.
And I literally teared up when I got them. So, for a lot of y'all, Dontor is definitely a spirit that I work with, and I have an altar. But it's one of those things where you find a piece of jewelry that represents your spirits, or represents the deity that you're working with. And not only is it the jewelry, but it's also anointed. Because
Yeah.
Sierra, and she can get into her other products, but like she made some oil that is beautiful. It smells really good. And Dante took that. She made some spray that was a clear
Yeah.
head spray. And I think that La Serene took that one. It's like every time something come in this household that you make, somebody claims it. And I ain't got nothing to say about it. All I can do is just put it on the altar and let it sit there. Then
Basically.
you can't use this, you can't use the stuff, y'all, unless you ask for permission. And most of the time, I don't hear the permission. I don't hear the yes. Which means put it on my altar and walk away. But tell us about your oils and your other things that you make also.
Okay, so like you mentioned before, I made head sprays, a clear head spray.
And it's
Um,
good.
yeah, it is. It's wonderful. It is so wonderful. I made it with La Sirene. She gave me the recipe and she anointed it, blessed it, and all of that jazz. And so what it does is helps to remove like fogginess and fatigue and things of that nature, like like mental congestion, so to speak. Even using it in the corners of your home to break up that stagnant energy. Yeah, it's great. I even use it on my bed like before sleep just to kind of have a refreshed pillow and
That's what I use mine for when I first started spraying it. I would spray it on my pillows and be like, I use it like a dream time
mhm,
spray because it's really, really light. It's not strong. And that's
mhm,
what I like about it. It's really, really light. And it just balances. Like she said, I think last year with a lot going on, it really was something that helped kind of cool my head. And we talked about this last year and the year before. My head, y'all, I went through 2 months of burning up, like
mhm.
literally feeling like every night I was on fire. And it was the worst feeling. I kept thinking I was having hot flashes, but it just never stopped. And I remember drinking some elixir that Tessa has sent, and then later on you sent the spray, and the spray actually helped. It really did, because I think La Serene was very cooling spirit,
Mhm.
and so she worked within that connection with the spray. I think Munchie is saying about the rose beads. What about trying to seal them in some type of resin? I wonder
Um,
what that break it down.
I don't know. I've never thought of using resin for that. I mean, I don't have any resin. I've not started my resin journey yet. So,
It
but
could
resin
work
may
though.
work. I mean, resin may work. Hmm.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could work. I guess
it
really
could.
if you lightly brush them and then go back in
Yeah,
and let it dry and then coat them again, it
right.
probably could seal them.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either, but I would. Yeah, I could see where it would work.
Hmm.
Um, what other products are you working on, or what other products? I mean, I'm putting you out there, but what other products are you thinking maybe you might come out with this year?
I have a money spray cooking. It's been cooking for a minute now, so
We need that.
yeah, I know, right? I know
We
it.
need that.
Yeah, definitely. More jewelry. Definitely more jewelry. Uh, okay. Sorry, she talking to me over here.
Ooh, what
All
you got in
right.
the back? Put my baby. Wait a minute, she got a shirt on?
No.
Because every time I talk to her, she just be bare rocking.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. She always
Oh,
rocking her Jodeci.
yeah. So Jodeci, look, I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Let me see. Okay, so Nika is saying you need to seal it in Mod Podge first and let and a couple of coats of that dry and then seal it with resin to avoid the breakdown.
Ah, okay. That could
Yeah.
work.
And Nika probably because she does it. I mean, so she probably definitely understands it. You should try it because I
Yeah.
think that would be even it would be a really neat gift or something to put out there. And I mean, honestly, somebody making rose beads, that's not inexpensive either.
No,
You know, because
no,
you're talking about something that really is not the norm. I
no.
mean, you're not gonna find that everywhere. So that would be you might want to get on that
Yeah,
and do your things with that.
right. I
Now
mean, I have a bunch of beats ready. I'm just, you know,
I know how, especially when you start making jewelry and everything, you end up with more stuff
yes, you do.
than you
Yes,
think
you
you
do.
need. Because
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby and Michaels and everything else, I be saying I don't need anything, and then I go in there and have a basket full of stuff, and I got a closet full of stuff
Yep.
I still haven't worked on.
Yeah, I
So
know.
let's get into the book,
Okay. Okay.
because I was shocked when you were like, talking about I wrote a book or I'm writing a book, and I was like, yeah, this woman be so talented that she'll throw stuff out in the conversation like it's water, like, oh yeah, yeah, and I did this, and then she'll go on to something else, and I'm like, okay, wait, let's back up. A book? When did you
Yeah.
write a book? So tell us about this book.
Okay. So I got two of them coming out. The first one that's coming out in March is the one that's already finished. I just gotta, figure out. I just gotta buy the rest of the stuff, the ISBN number, and submit it to the Library of Congress, all of that stuff.
Ah, okay.
So I got to do that for this one, but that one is it's like more like a children's book, I would say, if you want to categorize it into something. So it's more like a children's book, but it's about going through dark times and growing from them. I was really inspired by, my sister Tanya, because she has helped me grow through so many times. So that's
Girl,
really where the inspiration for the book came through.
God damn you, Sierra. God damn you. Ah, you know what? The first thing I will say, and I don't know why I'm getting it. I swear to God, something's going on in the damn planets. I've been so fucking like a crybaby for the whole month. But I will say I appreciate you for that. But y'all, she is extremely talented. I think sometimes you meet people in life that they don't see they don't see themselves the way you see them.
Yeah.
And when I look at her, I see somebody that is amazingly talented.
Thank
There's
you.
there's so many things that she does. And sometimes I'm just like, girl, like we know. We go through this where we're like, I'm like, okay, Sierra, and she ought to get tired of me saying her name. But it's because I know that she is talented. So I appreciate that. I really do. You got me up here all in my feels now. But I think I'm looking forward to seeing where you're going. Because
Yeah.
I know what you have in you, and I know that really when you get your stride, shit, you're gonna just be unstoppable. And I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the ride. So the children book. Now that you got me all up here,
Sorry.
yes, all in my feels and everything. Is it connected with spirituality, or is it a traditional children's book?
Wouldn't say that it was traditional. I mean, it's a children's book, but it's there, but an adult could read it and you
The message.
still get the message. So it can be of spiritual growth. It can be of, mixed in. It's like a mixed bag, I think I would say,
Mama, Charlie's a band-aid.
Okay.
His hand's hurting.
Uh-oh. A mama job. You don't never get off. You don't have no days off.
Not at all. Okay. If ain't nobody digging her on fire, we're good. Okay.
And Saran said, I don't care who you talking to and who listening. We need this Band-Aid.
Go in my bathroom and get it. It's underneath the zinc. Thanks.
So give us a backstory. What is the story about it with the book?
Okay. Well, it's about a little seed, a sunflower seed, who is afraid of the dark and afraid of changing his circumstances, basically, because it's time to be planted. And so, he goes through a moment of being scared of the dark, listening to what other people may have said. And he goes to his mom and she reassures him of the great things that are going to happen when you grow.
So it's almost like a come into life or come into this change
Yeah.
in a life.
Yeah.
You know what? That could apply to so many people
Mhm.
going through, like you said, adults that are going through major life change. Some people are literally looking at their life and saying, I'm planting a different seed. I'm moving to a different area. So I could see how that could relate. You also said you had another book. What's the other book about?
The book is that one is about mambo prayers.
Mama,
What?
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
have the biggest band-aids ever. Couldn't fit his whole hand in his pinky.
Is she being mama?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she was taking over and like, look, I got you. I'm gonna take care of you while she doing this. I'm gonna take care of you. Girl, you got a 40-year-old woman in that little baby body.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
she's gonna be over there trying to take care of you in a minute.
I know.
So what is the Mambo Prayer Book about?
So it's a book of prayers that I've come up with by doing so I have these cards that I've had for a while, and I use them as inspiration for the prayers. So I would flip out a card and it would be it was like maybe something with your physical body, and then I would just kind of listen to spirit and go form that, and then it forms like this beautiful prayer of overcoming or indecision, feeling alone, things of that nature. It's just kind of like I'm using spirit to channel out these messages as prayers, and because I'm never good at prayers and saying my own prayers and what I need. So I figure, let's just try to see what spirit has to say through me with these prayers. And they could help anybody
I
going through whatever.
I think that's a good thing. People that struggle with religion or belief systems tend to hit brick walls when it comes to when I ask people, do you pray? Most
Mhm.
people think of the biblical prayers.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that, your thoughts and your words that you put together are a prayer. I mean, literally, you can go before the universal God or your spirit or deity and just say, I don't even know what I need to ask for, but I need help. And
Yeah.
that's a prayer. That's putting something out there. So I think that's beautiful, which brings me to the place of you being a mambo, being a priestess.
Mhm.
What led you on that journey?
Oh, well, it fell into my lap. Listen, I knew nothing about voodoo. I had no clue. I didn't know anything about voodoo. And when I contacted the Ugan about it, we sat down, we talked, and he said, you need to go to a fete. And I was like, okay, see how it is. And then I went to the fete and I just felt the energies. I felt the spirits come down from the Poto Mitan. And I was like, whoa, I need to know, I need to be in this, and it was just like that simple. Like, oh yeah, I need to be, can I come?
What, excuse me, what was the first fete? What was the fete that you went to?
Kuzan, it was a Kuzan fete.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a Kuzan fete. I don't even know, have words because of just the spirits coming down and the songs, the drums.
mm-hmm.
It was just exhilarating. It brings some sort of life, a spark within you that you just never
Absolutely.
seen. Yeah, it just was like, wow, you know.
And I can 100% understand that. And anybody who has connected with, whether you want to call it the Holy Ghost or, certain spirits or deity, where the energy comes in, it's intoxicating. It's
Hmm.
almost like this is where I need to be because you feel at home. And I'm gonna correct you because I don't believe that voodoo just fell into your lap. I feel like spirit came down and they
Yeah,
called your name. They was like, Sierra, come this way.
yeah.
Come this way. Because voodoo, when we talk about it, it's I think for a lot of people, because of such a negative connotation that Hollywood gives a voodoo, a lot of people are scared of it. They shy away from it. Not too many people are out there like, oh, I want to be connected to this, unless you're looking at it as only dark magic, which is not. But sometimes that's how people get drawn to it. But I do agree that I think you were 100% called because spirit came to you, and you're very gifted with spirit, very connected with spirit. I know when I Konzo, and Konzo is an initiation, you guys, when you're becoming a priestess. Sierra was there. She was going back in for her Asogwe, which is a high priestess, and I was going in for my junior Supuin junior priestess. And I remember looking at her, and she had such a peaceful beauty over her that you could tell she loved her spirit. She loved the religion. And I remember Tessa, you and Tessa kind of had this glow about you. And I thought it was really beautiful, because it was a connection when you see somebody who's really walking in their purpose. And you do. As a priestess, a lot of people don't realize that it's hard, because you get a lot of things thrown at you. You get challenged. Can you talk about challenges that you go through as a priestess?
Yeah, sure. Man, like that, the whole dying and coming back is a thing. Like,
yeah, it is. Shoot, it was so bad that I was like, just let me die. You ain't even have to bring me back. Just let me die.
I know, but it with the religion, it really has ripped off a lot of band-aids in my life that I just didn't even want to see or deal with or anything else like that. But once you get in there, they're like putting all your mess right front and center in view, and it's like, well, how are you going to handle this? Are you still going to be devoted to us? Are you still going to serve? Are you still going to, do X, Y, Z, even though you feel like this? It has definitely cast this net of fix your shit.
Pretty much. No, you're right.
Yeah, it is. It's like fix your shit or stay stuck. Pick one. Pick a struggle. We're here to help you and move you forward. But, in the moments, you don't ever feel like it's help. In those moments, you don't feel like it's help. You feel like it's hindering you. But in the end, once you come out of it, you see that you've grown for the better.
Do you feel at this point in your journey that you are seeing the positive changes that are they being reflected by everything that you're going through? Because we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Where I was being honest, sometimes you do service and you work with your spirits and you're like, okay, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I don't see the stars. I don't see the fireworks. I don't see the sparkly thing. Because some days, you do your service and everything, and I still wake up and I still have all these messages in my inbox with people that are suffering and need help and all that. And I'm like, okay, I have to question myself sometimes as a priestess, because it's like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do? Because like you said, on top of fixing your shit, you got other people's shit that's coming in at you too. And I think it's a difference between being a priestess in title and actually being a priestess that is working in the community or working with things that are coming your way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you feel at this point of using your platform as far as like uplifting people or helping people? Where do you feel like spirit is taking you with that? Because I know for every priestess is going to be different. You got some people out there that's working in homeless shelters. I try to do my thing with divination. It's one of those things of like, where do you fit in? Especially when you don't know what spirit is. Sometimes you don't know, or you feel like you don't know, I should say.
Yeah, It's true. You feel like you don't know where they're gonna take you. But I've just been trying to work on trust. You know, if I haven't gotten it right in my 35 years by trying to do it by myself, I gotta trust somebody or something
Yeah.
to help me get it right. And I think that's a big one. Trust is a big thing, to have to just lay it out on the table. Here you are. Here's my stuff. Please help me fix my stuff. You know?
I will agree. I think being a mambo has made me more vulnerable. It's made me more raw. Stripped away ego. I can tell you that. I can tell you because I've done some stuff that I probably would have thought I wasn't even gonna do in the name of spirit or in the name of my spirit. So I think there was, like you say, that death and then that rebirth. And I know I came back different. I remember you made a comment one time. You could say, if you look at your videos when you just came from Haiti, from Congo versus my videos now. When I came back from Haiti, I swear to God, I was scared of my own shadow, y'all. I was on my videos talking about, I mean, everything was soft. Everything was soft because I thought I was hallucinating and everything like that. I thought a lot of things was going crazy in my world. And then it was like, I don't know if my head or something just got complete. And then I turned into a goddamn man. I was smoking cigars. I was sitting with my legs open. I was cussing people out. It was a major change. Did you go through that cycle? Because I don't remember you going through that cycle.
Listen, I went through the cycle in private.
Yeah, you did. You probably did it the right way. You did.
Yeah.
I literally was out there in public and I was telling people to fuck off. I remember the months afterwards, I was like, "Oh, Tanya, you got to get your head right." It was part of, I think, the growth when you especially with Haitian voodoo, there is a connection with your Metet. And we've seen this in conversations where people say that you begin to embody.
Yeah.
You start to take on their characteristics. And I always had masculine energy, but I came back like a terror. I really did. I mean, I was probably dating this for like the first 4 months because they really couldn't deal with me. They didn't know what to do with me. I didn't even know what to do with me. So you did the right thing doing it in private.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing is I still feel like there's transitions that are going on. I still feel that. Do you feel it too?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's some days where I still feel like, okay, I need to be softer. I need to work on this or I need to work on that. And it was you too that with Masarin, you told me she wants to work with you.
Yeah.
And really, I think I needed her to come in because she really helped to cool my head, because I swear to God, for a while there, I was burning. I was literally burning. You work with a lot of Loa. How do you feel like they affect your life at this point?
Depends on the day. I feel like it depends on the day. Some days you just want to pick up a machete and, roar.
I know. 100%.
Yeah. And then other days you just want to, not do anything. I don't know which Loa that is, but I'm like, what are we doing? No, nothing.
They're so, people get so confused with a lot of times people are like, I don't know, how do you know that they come down? And I had talked to you, and I think it was Lucian, where I said with Freda, I would get in front of her altar and just cry. Like nothing would be wrong with me, and I would just be up there bawling. And that is a characteristic of her. And I remember and I love it too. Them times where you be leaving them messages and you just be cussing people out and be talking about you wish they would blow up, and I would be like, oh, her old boo is pissed off because that normally don't be your energy. So when you
No.
sit up there talking about cutting people up and slicing them, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's an old ghoul. We just gonna give her space.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, as a mambo, and I admire you because you do balance it. You do. You're very calm. Even in your readings, you're very calm. And I like that flip side where people don't even see that in you. They really don't. And I just be laughing when people are like, she's so sweet. And I be like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let them float into it.
That's right.
Float into it. Have you ever had moments as a mambo though where you kind of felt like I need to calm down, or I need to get or get with my water spirits? Or I mean, have you ever had those moments where you kind of like, I took it overboard, I just went too far with it?
Oh yeah, that's why I ain't on Facebook currently.
Is that why you did your Facebook? I know. I was like, oh, she's just taking a mental or a spiritual break. Was you up there trying to fuss with people?
Oh, yeah. It was like one of our full moons. Listen, this guy, he came on the right day, and I had time, and I was calling him a prick and all kinds of things. And so, yeah, and you know, that's not even a thing. So, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta step back. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think too, it's so funny because people expect priest and priestess to be holy.
Yeah.
I think they equate ATR priesthood with Catholicism, or Southern Baptist, or Presbyterian, whatever the religious aspect is of a preacher or a priest that is chaste and not argumentative and without conflict. And y'all, let's put it out there, there's no such thing.
No.
There's no such thing. People are human. I don't care if you sit up there and kneel and pray to God 24/7. You're gonna have that moment where you slip, because we're human.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel as a mambo that you have to uphold yourself to a certain standard with people because of your title?
Yeah, I actually have. I've been dealing with that with even writing with my erotic books. That has been like a real big thing for me with the tradition and sex, because I'm a sexual person. I'm a sexual being.
Right.
Called it wrong, and I'm fine with that. Like, that's just me. So when I learned that what I can do, and I can incorporate who I am, my sexual self, being all of that into the voodoo, and I learned this recently because I've been feeling so conflicted about sex toys and making sex toys and making lustful work, things of that nature, doing lustful work for people and stuff like that. I've just been really conflicted with it, but feeling now it's like, yeah, you can be you, and you can, work with the gede and make sex.
Absolutely. I was just fixing to say, girl, all you gotta do is call on the gede.
Yeah.
And be like, look, let's do this, because 100% they're gonna be down for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like as priestess or priest, we need to be relatable to people.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, we can't be on a pedestal where it's like, oh, I don't do that, or I don't, that goes against the religion, because you were you before you actually went into the priesthood, and spirit accepted that.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, because I think sometimes I have to catch myself when I see certain priest or priestess, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I would talk about that like that on live, but there have been times where I've gone back and looked at some of my lives and been like, "Whoo," it's been a lot, but it's because I think it 100% is me being human, and I
Yeah.
think that's what makes us relatable. And really, those aspects of yourself that are, the sexual being, that are lustful, that's a healing energy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's what
I guess we have to kind of look at it. What are you bringing? What are you bringing to the people around you?
yeah.
Because even though we may not feel, or we may feel it maybe over the top, maybe it's something that will help somebody, or they can
Mhm.
relate to it. Because
Yeah.
I always feel like to be a proper healer, you have to be relatable to people. And half the people out here ain't living perfect lives and all that stuff like that. They have these thoughts, they have these things that they want. So no, I feel like, what if spirit leads you to it, then you should do it. That's just and I guess that could be good or bad.
Yeah. True.
Because I mean, they could probably make me fuck some stuff up, and I'd have fun doing it too.
You would have so much fun doing it.
I mean, really, I can see where it could be over in excess, but thank God, I think that's where your spiritual family comes in.
Yeah.
Where, they can pull you to the side and say, don't do this. I remember, and I don't know if he's ever done this to you, but I remember with our papa, there was this point where there was this skull that had all these bebes on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to put it on Freda's altar. And I think it was right after I came back from Haiti. And I was all excited because somebody gave it to me as a gift or whatever. And he came back in and he was like, take that down. Take it down. Because Freda would not have Bebe of the Gede on her altar. She don't even like the dead or whatever. And I was like, damn, you're right. I should know that. I should know that. So I think sometimes we need each other in the community as priests and priestesses to kind of hold each other accountable. Like that may not be a good look.
Yeah.
Or that may not be, proper for you. And I have to give it to you, as crazy as my ass is, I don't think you've ever told me, don't do it.
I don't think I've ever told you not to do it either.
Yeah, I don't think we've had this conversation where I've kind of been like, yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Because most of the time with you, I'm like, yeah, go. Push it out there. But I think I love the fact that as my sister, I know you have my back.
Yeah.
So I know that if I was to go off and literally go off the deep end, that you would be the one that be holding that life vest, like, okay, look, come on back.
Yeah.
Come on back. I think that's the beauty of having family in the community, or why we need family in the community to kind of help us stay on track. So I know we're coming towards the end. What do you want to share with people that we have not talked about?
Right now,
a lot.
Right now I am hosting a tea leaf special on my Etsy. $35 for one specific question. I'll shoot you, it'll be via email. So I'll take pictures of it and send you the message to your question. So, and they're usually 65. I charge 65 for one specific question reading. So
that's not bad at all.
No.
What is your Etsy? I don't know if Linda has it up here. What's your Etsy? Where can they find you?
It's etsy.com/shop/Mambo Sierra, capital MAMBOSIERRA.
Do you also already have your spray and your jewelry on your Etsy?
I do. I have the cedar nail spray, and I have pieces of jewelry up there as well. Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I'm trying to think that we cover everything about what you do, because you do so much.
Right. I make reborn dolls. I don't know if we've talked about that.
No, but we got time. We got to talk about the reborns, because I knew that that was something I wanted to touch on too. And somebody was even they even were talking about you doing some type of class or something with the reborns, and I was like, y'all got to contact her. because I don't even know. I know it's a lot of work, and I know it's not a cheap hobby either.
No,
So
no.
for some people, it really there's a lot that's put into these babies. So tell us what reborns are for people who don't know.
Okay, so a reborn doll is a doll that's like plastic. It's like vinyl. They do have silicone, but it's vinyl. They come blank kits. And then you create them and you paint them they have special kind of paints. So there's like Genesis heat set paint, and that kind of paint you have to use an oven with, but like what is this? It's like one of them ovens, like air fryer ovens, not an air fryer, but it's a specific kind of oven. It's a new wave oven. There we go. The new wave oven.
I was like, I didn't know. I was just like
the new wave oven that you use to heat that kind of paint, but they do have air dry paints that you can use for them too. I got a blank kit. I got a blank leg.
Do you have a reborn that you can show?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Because I know some people are still not going to understand.
Okay,
They freaking look so lifelike to me. One of my clients, and this is, and I don't think she would mind me sharing because I know she's posted this on her Facebook. But one of my clients has one. She lost a baby, I think about 3 years ago. And then she had another miscarriage, and she kind of went through this phase where she's like, I'm not going to try to get pregnant again. So she went ahead and she ordered a reborn. And at the time, I didn't know what they were. And then she brought the baby in a stroller, and I thought it was a baby. And then she picked it up, and something made me look at it, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I was conflicted with that because I was like, does she want to walk around with that baby? But she told me that it was something that was helping her get past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And I started researching it, and they have all these amazing babies out there. And they take a lot of work. Those look real fair.
They do take a lot of work because you paint each layer, a thin layer just to achieve even his skin tone, just to achieve that brown skin tone. It takes like a lot of layers.
You look like a little chocolate drop.
He is a little chocolate drop.
Yeah,
but they also are weighted to feel like a baby. So these two are both 6 pounds.
Wow.
A piece. So they're heavy. They are heavy, and they're weighted with little tiny glass beads.
That is interesting. Do they mouths open? I mean, it's not like like you can feed. I mean, I know my client had bottles and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
no, these are vinyl, so their mouths aren't made open, but you can get like silicone babies, which are that they mouths open and they'll have a wet and stuff and system and stuff like that. But those are like really expensive.
How much the price range when somebody's looking at a reborn? What is the least expensive and what is the most expensive?
It depends on the artist. So like the least expensive, you may find one for $250, maybe $300, somewhere in that. And the most expensive, oh Lord, I've done seen them $25,000.
Oh Lord, mercy.
Yeah. So they go up depending on the artist, especially if the artist is like famous for they are there. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess when you're looking at somebody that's trying to deal with trauma, you really can't put a price tag on it because, especially for a woman, I've never lost a child. So for somebody who's gone through that pain, I'm assuming that if they found a child that they wanted, they would pay anything.
Right.
Because it feels that boy. Beautiful.
Thank you. They do help kind of calm you down. Even if you in like a bad manner, you just pick up a baby and you just start patting it and it just kind of soothes you. It really does. I use them to soothe me. So
it makes sense. It makes because most people would. Mm-hmm. Now going into the voodoo aspect of it, have you ever had somebody who's asked you to try to load it?
No, no, I haven't had anybody ask me to try to load it, but I've thought about it with
Yeah.
We've conversated about loading them and
Yeah.
doing the bottle work and stuff.
I've seen some online where you can look at them and you're like, yeah, that baby's loaded.
Oh,
Like they
oh
put a
yeah.
spirit in that baby.
Oh yeah.
See, I have a thing with dolls. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm scared of them. I really am, because to me, all of them are loaded. Differently, they all got something inside of them. That's just the way I am. But I can understand that, because I know in some cultures, when a woman has a miscarriage, you have some traditions where they will go ahead and try to load a spirit into the baby to give this woman comfort, because it's not only just like you say, the latex or the silicone, that this woman wants to really connect with this child. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, that's way out there, but you guys, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, because I could see where prices could possibly even go up more.
Right.
That are like that.
Yeah. Definitely.
You do beautiful work. What got you into the reborns though?
My mom, we had started looking at them about 2016 because she was thinking about getting one, and then I seen them and I was like, oh hey, I want to try and do this, and so I started researching it, and then I bought my first kit and the paints, and I made him, and it was just calming just to sit and paint, just to sit and paint. It was just relaxing to do that, and then to see it come out as you see it in your mind is even more,
Absolutely. We even talked, let me see, where's my bottle at? We even talked about this yesterday. We were talking about the booties where you could load them.
Right.
You would have, and then you could actually put herbs in there or either trap spirit in here. And I wouldn't want to just trap any spirit in, because this would be, to me, this would be a divining bottle for me. That's it. That's why I bought it. But you would want a spirit that would want to be, want to work with you. So it's very interesting, because we talked about the heads and getting the heads and then working on the bottles of it, which we do need to get together on it. This bottle I got in Haiti, and I think this bottle was 80. I want to say I paid 80 for it. And I loved it because she has her blue eyes. It's weird, because the first time that I got her eye was winking. Now they both open, and I was like, hold up, sister girl. I had to turn to the back wall for a hot second. I was like, wait a minute, that eye was winking. How did I come up and get open?
Wow.
I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know if you already loaded, but then I was like, nah, I don't think so. But it's still cute. She's beautiful. She is beautiful. Billy got some that had like Gede, where they had the cross and then they had the head wrap, and they were just beautiful. I mean, so much you could do. So much you could do. But really, like I said, because you need to put some of these on your Etsy.
Yeah.
You need to put some. So Nika was saying you need to get your crafting, your TikTok for your crafts. You already have a TikTok though. We didn't even talk about your TikTok.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Get into her TikTok. So here I am on TikTok, and I'm supporting her, and I'm just being nosy. I'm on there looking at everybody busting it, dropping it like it's hot, incognito. Nobody knew who I was. And then my sister outed me.
I did.
Next thing I know, I had like 20 followers, and I was like, oh, fuck, now I got to post. I got to post something, so I start posting, and I guess I must have went too far with it, because they deleted my whole TikTok.
God, real was the stupidest thing ever.
Girl, I was like, they literally took my whole TikTok. And I don't even know if I'm banned. I started another page, but I ain't post nothing on it, because I was like, they probably gonna ban that one too, or delete that one too. But yeah, TikTok. So what's your TikTok?
Same as my YouTube, Sierra BDC.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Y'all,
I'm on
go
TikTok.
to TikTok. She does like a lot of readings. She does like these little 60-second messages with the mambo, which are
Yeah.
really, really good. They're on point. So if you're on TikTok, please follow her. If you are on IG, YouTube, I guess whenever she stops fighting with people, she'll come back to Facebook. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely, if you're interested in anything that we talked about today, the reborns, the jewelry, the oils, the sprays, hit her up. Hit her up. If you cannot find her on Facebook, go to her TikTok or her IG. Or you can leave messages too on her YouTube.
Yeah.
Interested in a reading, or you're interested in, just asking about classes and things like that. I know y'all like to come in my inbox like I'm her personal assistant. And I do pass messages on to her, but
Yeah.
if you want to cut out that 15-minute wait, you can just go directly to her page.
Yeah.
She can answer the questions for you, and it'll give you something where you one-on-one. So, sis, I love you. I know we got class in a little bit. I think it should be coming up. So I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. And I'm looking forward to your T class.
Yeah.
So whenever you get your date or whatever, let me know. Let me
I
know.
will.
And I'll make sure that I mark it and promote it on all my platforms for you, okay?
Yeah, I will. Definitely.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
Soraya, I love you.
I love you too.
Take care of your mommy, okay?
And I'm going to take care of Coco too.
Who's she taking care of too?
Coco.
Coco.
It's a doll.
Oh, I'm like, where Coco come in? You added another child I didn't know about?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I know that's right. You know what? I ain't even speaking that out in the universe. Let me take it back. Because I don't even want to do that to you right now. It might come somewhere in the future.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but not right now.
No,
all right, babe. I love you. I'll see
you too. Okay.
Bye. And bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.